You liked Babygirl? I have 3 book recs for you. First up, we have Mary Gaitskill's classic, iconic Bad Behavior. This is a collection of short stories that came out in 1988, so before a lot of us were born. But it is so good, and that is not an exaggeration. It is raw and intense and weird and dark, kind of like the vibes of this movie. So many of the stories deal with this like politic of gender and politic of relationship, right? So much of what Gateskill was concerned with was like, who is actually in charge? When we have this relationships, even if there's not like a DS dynamic, it's like, what are you saying? Who is in charge? You can tell that she had her eye on like sticky gender dynamics years before a lot of other people were talking about them, right? One of the stories in this book, Secretary, was famously turned into a movie with Maggie Gyllenhaal and Peter Sarsgaard, and that movie is very intense, and that's all about the DS dynamic as well. There's a seriousness with which she takes female desire that has made her such a legend in her own right, because a lot of people at that time weren't writing about like stuff the way that she was. And I'm sorry that I'm being so vague. It's hard to like talk frankly on this app, but you guys know what I'm saying. A lot of the stories are about obsession and possession, and they are very good. Exhibit by R.O. Kwan came out this year, and it was very frank about the KINK community. There's a lot of the DS dynamic. There's a lot of intense scenes. There's a lot of intense scenes of like giving yourself up to another person. And it takes the subject matter very seriously, right? This book is actually queer. So it's about 2 artists who start a relationship, and one of the things that I liked was that there wasn't a lot of hemming and hawing about like her desire. She was very serious and she just like went through with it. The other person, the D and the DS dynamic, was very intense and sort of unknowable, a cipher. But I liked that, again, it was 2 women, and it made it so much more interesting because there was that element of power that was sort of removed from it. And as a bonus, this is for Esme, Queen Sophie Wilde. I declared her the star of the movie. I recommend The Female Persuasion by Meg Wolitzer. This is about a feminist startup, or like this famous feminist who Nicole Kidman was supposed to make a movie about this actually, and she never did. This is about a famous feminist who meets this girl when she's in college, and the girl decides to work for her, and it's about all of the like tricky and slippery things that you will do and give up in pursuit of your own ambition. This is sort of a bonus if you've already seen the movie. Let me know if you guys have read any of these.